Like toilet paper? That's essential.
It really is. Well, we are live, folks, on this Tuesday night. You get to my Facebook page. And let's get it. Well, hello, good people.
Hello,
What that was on, Sharon? That was on some movie.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
Hello.
Ew, that's a great movie. I love that one.
Yes.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. I am your host, Veronica.
Don't push nothing.
Boom, boom, boom.
Don't.
You know, I was going for it too. My co-host, Mr. Essential. He
Give it
is
up.
tonight.
What's the toilet paper?
I'm essential. I feel essential right now. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
woke
dude.
up this morning. I felt real essential. You know what I'm saying? Real essential.
Do tell.
Good.
No, but
Okay. Girl Sharon is back with us tonight. What's going on?
What's up, everybody?
Sharon wrong.
Hello.
we should Sharon. They should have had you on the field Sunday.
Look, I want to coach. He needed to put me in. When I went to the game back in October, I think it was, I went to the home game. I wasn't far. And I was yelling. I said, "Put me in, coach. I'm ready." And people just bust out laughing. I was like, "Put me," because I swear. I was like, I don't know. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
They'll see us again.
It wouldn't have done no good.
Don't start that. Don't start that.
Hello, Sly. Hello, Lisa. Everyone out there. Oh, well, you know, Mr. Sammy is a Redskins fan. Sharon.
Yes. And you know what?
Football team.
They them boys, but they beat us because we had our third and fourth string out there playing. We didn't even have our powerhouses. So they got to come see us again. It is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all let us come back from 0.
That is true.
Yeah.
It was 24-0 going into
Y'all
the
playing
half,
like y'all old, same old selves. Trash.
But we got that W though.
Congratulations. One thing I'm not is a hater.
Thank you. Like Victor.
And lost 0 sleep behind it.
Exactly. I didn't even watch the game.
I was taking my brother to the airport. It is what it is.
Oh man. Well, you know, don't get Stevenson on here talking smack tonight.
Smack. Talk all the smack you want to, Stevenson.
So as you guys could see, I did have a chance to meet Mr. Sammy for the first time.
That was awesome.
But you know, it's so crazy because we both live in Darlington and I've never saw Mr. Sammy before. And speaking of Mr. Sammy, here he is.
What it do, Mr. Sammy?
I had a chance to meet another viewer, BB, yesterday at the gym. Victor, I think you met BB at the field.
I did a few times.
Yeah, I don't think we ever worked together at Barley Park because she normally come on Wednesdays. But yeah, what's going on, Cheryl?
Did we say hi to Lisa? Hi, Lisa.
Yep.
That's Sly. Wash hands.
Wash hands. Essential.
What's that about?
Yes.
Oh,
Mr. Essential. Yep.
What's Essential?
You know, there's a lot of the viewers I haven't met yet. I've never met.
Yeah. Same here. That's why I was so happy to see Mr. Sammy because he was like on another aisle. And when I passed by, I was like, gosh, that looks like Mr. Sammy. Because I see a lot of their photos, the what do you call it? Their profile
Profile pictures.
So then he came down the same aisle as me, and I was like, Mr. Sammy. And it was him, live and well.
That's what's up. I hope so. Because if the dad must have sent me came and visited you, that'd be so different.
Oh man. Hey Cynthia. So guys, we do have an email letter that we can jump right into, or unless you guys have something on your minds, your hearts you want to talk about first before we get into this email letter, let's do so. Hey Patricia. Anything y'all want to talk about?
Yeah. Mr. Essential. What's that name about?
You said what?
What's that name about? What
So
that
what
mean?
you said that the letter was about?
Oh, to the left, to the left.
Here go Noah.
Mr. Essential. Oh God.
Hey,
Oh,
Can we block
man.
him for the night?
We got to
Can we
listen to
block
this
him for the
all night
night?
long.
Woo, come on, Mr. Dance Floor. Hey. Woo.
Voodoo said vitamin D is essential.
Noah, I have like videos of you. Stop. Before I post them. Stop. Stop. Birthday party videos.
Right. Back in August.
All that.
Mhm.
You said what?
She have video.
A video? I can barely hear. What she said? She got a video what?
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Go ahead. I can hear you now.
Michael's talking about sip the tea, please.
You got a video of what?
Noah. On the dance floor. Yeah. I think we should post that for our viewers.
No.
I think he actually posted that, didn't he? I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember him posting that particular video.
Oh, okay.
But it's you did, Veronica.
I think I did. Hey, Miss Sadie. That fake water he be drinking. Who is that? Miss Patricia?
You see, you worrying about too much.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. All right, let's get into this letter, good folks.
Get into it.
Oh, before I get started, let me say that a lot of places are booked up this time of year, so it's hard for me to get a venue right now for the tea meet and greet. So we probably have to postpone this to the beginning of the year. So
Victor's house.
Huh?
Let's meet in Victor's closet.
There's enough room. I could probably get about 15, 20 people in there.
That's about it. We can trade out. Stuck in the closet.
No dudes, though.
No dudes in the closet. Well, I mean, hey. All right, so let's get into this. Cheetahs. Where's Cheetahs?
Cheetahs is in Atlanta.
You know what, Voodoo? We're not traveling there, sir. Oh, that a strip club, I take it.
Why not? Let's go. I'm game.
Sure, can I rent some closet space, Vic? All right, so let's get into this. There's one in Florence. Okay, then. All right, Jason. Jason must be at the gym.
Oh, yeah, they changed Trophy Club to Cheaters.
Oh,
Cheetahs. Cheetahs, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's get into this email letter. It says, my sister is pregnant again. All right, so it says, dear Tangy Tea family, dear Tea family, please tell me if I'm wrong or not. My sister, who is only 35 years old, is now pregnant with her 6th child. Yes, I said 6th. Never been married and cannot keep a boyfriend. 4 of her children have different dads. They are 14, 12, 11, 4, and 2 years old. She's always asking my mother and I to watch her kids. We take turns because we both work. We take turns because we both work. So some days my mom will keep the 2 smaller ones at night while I work, and I will keep them during the day while she's at work. Yes, between the two of us, we always have the 4 and the 2-year-old because my sister works 2 jobs. The older ones pretty much watch themselves. My mom and I both cook and make sure they have plenty to eat. To make a long story short, I'm only 30 years old and I feel like my life has been put on hold because of my sister having all these kids with no help from these men she's laying up with. She refused to take birth control and she refused to get her tubes tied. We got into a big argument the other week when she told us she was expecting again. I told her I'm done and I want no more parts of this craziness. I told her I'm not going to put my life on hold any longer, helping her raise these kids. I know they are my nephews and nieces, but I'm not doing it. I can't even have a social life because I'm always babysitting. I refuse to help with this one. I hate to put all of this on my mom alone, but my mom said she was done raising me and my sister and that she can't tell us right from wrong. We should know better by now. I haven't spoken to my sister since she told us she was pregnant. I feel bad in a way, but I'm just so tired of this. Should I give up my life to help my sister or say forget it and live my own life? I'm hoping to be in a relationship one day. I'm hoping to get married and have kids one day, but because she's having so many, I can't find the time for me. Thanks for taking the time to read my letter. I feel like a lot of times that people get in positions thinking that family's supposed to do those things, like they don't have to ask. They just expect for a mother and a sister, a brother, dad to help out with the kids. And that is selfish, to expect people to help you out. But like I said, that's what family does just because we're family. But to put her kids on her sister and her mom, that is selfish. This young lady is only 30 years old. She have a life of her own. And for her to be taking care of her sister kids and not having time for her own life is sad. And like I said, it is, what's the word I used just now? Selfish on her sister part. I get it that she have to work. She have to provide for these kids. She don't want to take birth control according to the sister. She don't want to get her tubes tied. So I guess she's gonna just keep having kids, evidently. But I don't know. So it sounds like the fathers are not in the kid's life. I don't want to say just to stop. And I know you're not going to just give up on your nieces and nephews, but I get it. As far as stopping your life, your social life, you meeting people, you hanging out with your girlfriends, you meeting a guy, it's messing your life up. It's holding your life up, as you say. So I feel like you do need to, instead of arguing with your sister, just have that conversation with her and just be like, listen, I'm going to live my life. Life is short and I'm getting ready to live my life. You are sitting around here having all of these kids. This is your 6th child. Then you need to be responsible and take care of your kids. Mr. Essential.
I blame the mama for all this. Because she raised 2 girls with no values whatsoever. You got one child on one hand that she just can't pick men. She has a type of man. I mean, and all the men she picked, they run out on her. So there must be something wrong with her for you to have 6 guys or 5 guys that just couldn't stand to be with you. I mean, y'all women will probably try to, talk shit about me in the comment section, but that's the truth. You got 5 different guys that laid up with you. So, I mean, you can call it irresponsible. I don't. I mean, there's people with 5, 6, 7 kids and with one husband or one baby daddy, and they take care of them. I mean, there's something wrong with this girl, is why she's got so many men that's leaving her. And the other one, the enabler. You're so worried about your sister that you can't even start your life. So I don't even understand Like, how don't you see that? So there comes a time and a point that you just got to cut dead weight. And that's exactly what your sister is. She's dead weight. And those are not your responsibilities. Whether they are your nieces, nephews, cousins, it don't matter who that is. At the end of the day, you got to answer for your actions. So I mean, I can only live my life. I mean, if my brothers had some kids and he want to run out on his kids, that is not my problem. Now, if he passes away, that's different. But if he run out, that's on him. So you, Sharon?
Curious. How did the age come up? Any age?
For the kids,
No, the adults, the sisters. How
the
old are
sis
they?
the sister is 35. The one that's having the kids. The
How
other
old
one
is
is
this?
30.
Does she have any children? The 30-year-old.
No.
Okay. So she's basically been helping her sister raise her children. Um, let me say that it is impossible. I ain't gonna say it's impossible. At this time and day and age, it's hard to have 6 children
Mhm.
and to be sufficient. And when I say that, it's hard to have 6 children and have enough room for them in a house, unless you have a house with 4 or 5 bedrooms. You can't raise 6 children in a 3-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom. It's hard to give all of them love. And who's working? How do you support them? But evidently, she feel like she can support them because she keeps having them.
Mhm.
So, I think the family can help her if they want to, but they shouldn't enable her. Those are not her children, so they shouldn't take responsibility to raise her children. It's not fair. So I can understand the frustration, but at the end of the day, live your life. Those are not your kids. You're the aunt, and act like you're the aunt. If you want to keep them on the weekend, keep them on the weekend. But
Mhm.
she can't be held accountable for her sister's actions. And it's just, I mean, there's no way that you can have kids and be sufficient in this time and age, that many kids. Now I know there are people that have more than more than 6 kids. And my head goes off to them because my 2 felt like that was enough. I had 2.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted 3, but I had 2. And just to have 2, I mean, everything's high. Food, clothes.
Yeah.
And are the daddies all different?
She have 4 baby daddies. Gosh, I hate that term. 4 of her kids
Have
dead.
No, call it exactly how it is. See, and that's the problem right there, is that y'all don't want to call when a woman doing some crazy shit like this. Call it like it is. She got 4 baby daddies.
But you know what, Vic? Now we gotta go into a little. I wonder how her mental health is. That has that many baby fathers and she's still having children. There's some mental illness somewhere. I mean, that's the only thing I can. You know what
Trying
I'm
to find
saying?
love in the wrong
Right.
place.
And having a child is not going to keep a man.
Exactly.
What? Wait a minute. Why are we justifying this? She a hoe.
I
That's
can't.
it.
I'm not.
No, she is a whore.
I can't call her a hoe. I can't. But I respect the fact that if you do, that's fine. But I can't because I just see that it's something more. It's something deeper than just her out there hoeing around.
So what's Future?
Hmm?
What is Future? He got
Future is the
13
man
baby
that's out.
mamas.
He's a man out there that's slanging his
Like
penis
Nick
because
Cannon.
he got money.
Like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon said he wanted to leave heirs, and that's what he's been doing is sowing his royal oats so he can leave heirs.
So what are they? They got mental illnesses and need help.
I think so.
Who? The women that have
No, Nick and Future.
uh
I think Future, you gotta look at men that do that. Like, you gotta look at their background. Like, why are they having so many kids? So many different baby mothers. I wouldn't, regardless of the money. I wouldn't.
right. just so I can say, oh, I have Nick Cannon's baby, or
Or
I
you know,
swear,
Future's baby.
y'all will sit here and justify a woman she
Cheryl,
is a hoe.
Cheryl said just
Bottom
slinging penis.
garden
yeah, 'cause I
tool.
think she was repeating what I said. Go ahead.
She is a garden tool. She is for the streets. This woman is a skeezer. Why can't y'all
Well,
just
Vic,
call it like it
what if
Because
is?
she does have a mental illness? What if it's
I,
something that she needs to seek help and trying to find her identity, and she's trying to find it by having children?
and see, and that's what I'm thinking. A lot of women and some men as well, they look for love in the wrong places. She got with this guy.
Because
She
those
liked
men,
them. Things
but
happen. She's not on
right,
birth control. She didn't wrap it up. She, you know, there's a
but
baby. Maybe
not
she's one
only
that doesn't
she's not.
believe in having an abortion. So when she get pregnant, she's going to have the child. So, I mean, I'm thinking she's trying to find love from these men and she's not getting
But the men got to know she have multiple children, so they're just as much as responsible as she is.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
responsible for my child.
Because when you go, no, 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 I'm talking about responsible for making the baby. Not saying, you know what I'm saying? They're responsible for not wrapping it up because you still making babies with a woman that's very fruitful. Fruitile.
very
She's
fruit.
very fruitful. And you keep hitting it.
Right.
Y'all just, I can't believe y'all gonna sit up in here and justify this woman just being a damn skeezer. She is irresponsible skeezer. Call it what it is. I mean, y'all sit up, and that's the thing. We sit up in here and we trying to justify her sister's behavior. That is ridiculous. Because what y'all doing is exactly what it's, well, she's got a mental illness. She like to fuck and she don't want to have no condoms on when she doing it. That's exactly what, and she probably telling these men, well, you know what? I can't have sex with a condom because it hurt or I get allergic. Nah, you don't need to be having sex, baby, if you can't take care of these kids. Come on, man.
But they're doing it and still creating a baby, still procreating. So what does it say about the men?
It says nothing. I got one child with you.
4 baby fathers. 4 of them.
So,
right?
But okay, 3 of them only got one child. Well, we're assuming at least one of them got one child with her. So it don't say nothing about the men. Hell, they made one bad choice. But we can't. But this letter ain't about the men. It's about this woman. It's about 2 women making 2 bad decisions. That's exactly what they're doing.
I have to agree that she definitely needs to stop making babies. It's no way that she can love that many children and give them the amount of love they need. I'm sorry.
I don't know about that.
Not now. Not in the 2021.
I'm not going to say that she don't love all her kids.
I didn't say she couldn't love them. She didn't love them, but she's not going to give them the love that they need. It's too many of them.
And going back to what you said earlier, where, you know, as far as the house going to need a 5-bedroom, blah, blah, you know, things are a lot different from when we was coming up, because it was 7 of us in a 3-bedroom house. It's different now. I mean, things can still work out that way, but we don't want to see it that way. Like, we don't want to say it was 3 girls in, like, me and Pam shared a bed together. My older sister Cynthia had her own bed. My brothers, they had their own room. They had their own bed, and then my parents had their room. I mean, if you want it to work out, and if she want her kids, it's damn possible for her to take care of her own kids. I don't know how many bedrooms she have, but if she want them, it's possible to have them. But from the letter, the sister and the mom is taking care of the 2 small ones. So really the sister only is taking care of 3 at home. And they're old enough, according to the sister, to take care of themselves. They're 14, 12, and 11. So, I mean, I don't know.
You know, I'll say this. When me and my children's mother was together, it was 7 of us in a 3-bedroom house. Yeah. It was 3 of us, 7 of us, a 3-bedroom house. And then we split up, and then now it's just me in a 5-bedroom house. And it still feels the same. I mean, it feels the exact same. Whether when my 3 come over here, and I mean, we got plenty of room, but it still feels the same.
Yeah.
And when it was 7 of us in that 3. So, I mean, space is not really the issue. And I totally get what you're saying, because yes, you want to provide for your children and you would like for them to have their own rooms and space and yard. But a lot of times what we want is not what they necessarily need. So, but I do agree with you. It is hard. It is very difficult to raise kids just now. But when we're talking about essentials, and once again, the name serves fit. When we're talking about essentials, we try to put our children in things that they necessarily want, but not necessarily need. So
I think, we want the best for our kids. But you're right. We do things that is not necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if we could survive back then, we can survive like that this day.
Well, I don't know. My cousin, she had 15
what?
children. She had like I think the last time I counted, she had 15. 15 children. One father, one mother.
Oh.
And they ended up building a house. They bought some land and they built the house. So the house was two levels, full downstairs, full upstairs. So, the oldest ones the duty falls on the oldest one to take care of the youngest. It happens. It's just automatic. But when I say they were the best well-behaved children, I've known. They come to church, you didn't know they were in church.
Yeah.
They looked out for each other. But then in the 80s and 90s, things were still cheaper. And the tax breaks were a little different. Because, after you have what? Is it 8, 10 or something? You didn't have to pay taxes? But, it can work. It worked then, but now having 15 kids now, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we got to understand that everybody's income ain't the same. All our incomes are different. So, some people can afford a little more than others. So, I mean, if we base it on the median income of Florence, I believe you could probably have maybe 6. You just, your kids might not have, what we would consider essential, but I mean, I think you could survive.
I don't know. I just feel like, she's at a point where, she needs to evaluate her situation and stop. Some people, and I'm going back to this mental thing. Some people have that sense of when their children grow up, they miss having babies. I don't know what it's called or whatever, but they need to have they get that longing for a newborn. And it sounds like maybe she has that already, because she ain't gonna stop. It looks like it might be 6 more coming out. She don't stop.
She's a hoe. Stop with the middle. She is a John Brown hoe.
But as an adult,
bona-fide, sanctified whore.
But Vic, as an adult, how can they make her stop having children?
They can't.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, though. So this is a situation where the sister just needs to walk away from it. True. I mean, we sit here trying to put lipstick on a pig. That's exactly what this whole situation is. It is a bunch of shit. Old girl or hoe. Let's just call it like it is. So, ma'am, your sister apparently is not going to stop because y'all keep enabling this behavior. Now, I believe if mama and sister would have stopped taking care of them kids roughly around child number 3, maybe she would have thought about it. But right now, all she thinking is, well, hell, my sister got 2, so that leaves 4 in the crib. Mama gonna watch them. The oldest ones can watch themselves, or I can make my older kids watch the baby kids. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna keep screwing till I find that one guy that's willing to settle with me and my 6 or 7 kids. Because that's exactly what a man is gonna do. He gonna settle. And then she gonna really, no only for, I mean, if for a man to get with somebody like that, he has to have a real mental illness. Ain't no man gonna put up with no, that's just too much. That's too much. But it's the truth.
Or he just don't care where he put his thing at.
Oh, I mean, apparently she clean, but
Apparently.
I mean, I'm saying she's having kids, and I mean she's got
Apparently.
6 kids, so I don't know if you gotta. I mean, we think that promiscuous people have diseases. That is not true.
You're right.
I mean, but we need to. I think a lot of times we always go with the worst. But right now, this woman is having sex. She's got 6 kids, which is a blessing. Because there's a blessing. I'm not going. It just has nothing to do with the children. But she's just, in my opinion, she's just being irresponsible with her coochie.
The response Patricia Baker put, is she specifically talking about the woman that we're discussing?
Yeah, because talking about that 2 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she is working 2 jobs.
Okay. Oh, maybe I missed it in the letter. Okay. Well,
that's why the mom and the sister have the 2 youngest one all the time, because the sister works 2 jobs.
yeah.
Well, she must be getting dick on the jaw, because how she got pregnant now?
There's lunch breaks.
Well, see,
I mean, she should really be tired. She should be tired. Working
Really?
2 jobs, raising 6 kids. She should be tired.
She's raising 4 or 3.5, because it's a 16-year-old, right?
14.
14. What was it? 14.
12, 11.
So the 14 and the 12-year-old maybe is probably pretty much self-sufficient. All you got to do is make sure, and that's the thing with that 14-year-old. That 14-year-old is probably not, and I hate to say it, but that 14-year-old is probably not going to have what we would consider a childhood, because he's going to be forced to raise his siblings. But there's nothing wrong with that, because that's how they used to do it. So I don't want to really speak on the children.
And he'll probably have no children.
He may, but you know, the problem is let's say, and I hate going worst case scenario, but I hope this child has an interest in sports, or whatever his interest is, he has the opportunity to pursue his interest, as long as he is able to do it, and the kids, him watching his brothers and sisters, is not an obligation.
Right. That's what I was going to say. That's unfair to that 14-year-old. Even the 12 and the 11-year-old. Like, it shouldn't be up to them to raise their siblings. Like, that's not fair to them.
Yeah.
I get it. That's what they used to do.
Mm-hmm.
But let's let these kids live. Let's let them be children.
Let them be what?
Huh?
Let them be what?
Children. You know I'm country.
Cheering. Let them be cheering.
Let them be cheering.
Let them cheering be what they're supposed to be. Let them cheering be cheering.
That's like Brittany says. Her entire circumstance is absolutely unfair to the children.
I agree. Because, you know, I don't know. If she's working 2 jobs, that means the kids are not getting the attention they need from her. She's working, she's sleeping, and for some of y'all gonna say, and she's fucking, you know, I mean, sexing.
Yeah.
Oh no, ain't no love making going on. You got
so you know. So
I ain't doing no kissing.
So she don't have no time for the kids, right? So they're not getting the time. Like I said, they are definitely not getting the time and attention they need.
We don't know that. We just assuming that. I mean, to be honest with you, at 14,
not from her, maybe from the aunt and the grandmother.
Right, Victor.
Just not from her.
But at 14, I ain't want to be around no adult. I'm 40 years old now, and I barely want to be around adults now. But I totally get what you're saying. I mean, I think we're looking at it as if, you know, oh my God, help these kids, but they
I mean,
are getting love
Yeah,
apparently from the
from the
grandmother
and the
and the
right.
aunt, but just their fathers are out of the picture.
that's the thing where
The,
they
ho
need their
uh-uh.
father.
Listen, don't you bring them into this, because they ain't
Where the
got nothing to
daddies?
do with this letter.
Where the daddies at?
We
I'm
talking
just
about
saying the kids need their fathers.
I agree.
no, mama need to pick better men. That is the damn problem. These dudes is out here. You already know what you getting into. So don't do that. She picked 4 bad men in a row.
But do you always know what you're getting into?
Yes, you do.
No, you don't, Victor.
See, here y'all go. I knew you was gonna turn the tables. It was just a matter of what time you was gonna do it.
Because you don't always know who you're getting with.
Oh my God.
Say
You
if I'm
don't.
just meeting somebody, I've never met them before in my life. I don't know how he's going to turn out to be. I'm
You don't know
hoping.
what face they're gonna put on. Correct.
Right.
You don't really never know anyone, and then when you live with them, they show you a different side.
Mhm.
Sometimes, Victor.
Sometimes.
I'm listening. I'm gonna let y'all. Hey,
Victor, essential.
I tried to pull the steering wheel from going down that road,
What's
and
the
both of y'all
essential?
just snatched this.
I mean, I
I'm
know
just
people
saying
have
that's
dated
the
people and they've been one way, and weeks later, months later, it's like this
years
person
later.
flipped. You don't. I mean, you need to see how that person you're dating is when they're mad and
Yeah.
when they're sad or when they're broke. You got to see all of that.
Yeah, you don't see that most of the time when you're getting into a relationship.
Look,
Yes, you do. Y'all
prime
don't pay it no
example.
attention.
It's
Really?
happened.
Sharon,
It's happened. It's just
come on
it's
now.
happened.
So you telling
Look,
me
prime
that
example.
you men are good with that? You're good with knowing who you're getting involved with before you actually get involved with them? No.
I don't get where you're going with this.
You're saying that you know a person before you get with them,
Yeah,
right?
for the
How is
most
that
part.
even possible unless
When
I've known that person?
you're
Okay, so
getting to know them.
let's take this
Right.
situation. If I'm baby daddy number 4 or baby daddy number 3, if you got 2 baby daddies already, and I'm going into this situation, head first, I'm just, this is just me. I'm gauging how you carry yourself, how you treat your kids, how you do this and how you do that. And I can there determine what kind of woman I really think you is. How fast you let me hit, you know what I'm saying? How fast you let me hit raw. I mean, it's a whole bunch of things that go into that equation. And but see, y'all should be doing the same thing. How fast is this man asking for sex? How fast is this man willing to spend time with my children? Because apparently these dudes ain't had no relationship with her kids. Even the baby dad number 3 probably didn't talk to child 2 and child 1.
But I
So
mean, you do realize that, and we say this a lot on the show, people put on a different face when you first meet them.
we're not gonna make this about this man, about these men, and that's exactly what y'all trying to do. No,
Because you're trying to say that she's
a hoe. V, she's a hoe. Bottom line. Y'all keep trying to do that. No.
I think she's lost and she's just looking for love.
looking for love.
Under the sheets. That's exactly what
That's
she's
why some
finding
people.
it at.
That's why some people look
Exactly.
for love up under the sheets.
Hit me between my legs if you love me. Come on, man. That's crazy.
Some
That's
people
what-
may
that's
not
what-
know. That's some people's way they love.
Right.
Everybody's not the same. People are built different.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bury the word hoe, right? So there's no such thing as a hoe anymore.
Victor, not one time tonight have I asked you to stop calling her a hoe. I said I respect the fact that you want to call her a hoe. Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
So if you want to call her a hoe, you call her a hoe. That's on you. I'm looking at it on the mental part because it's just something is lacking. You got to. It's something
Mhm.
missing. You can't be having all these children by all these different men because you're saying I don't know anybody to say, yeah, I want 6 children.
Right. From 5
from
different
5
men.
different men.
Wait a minute, y'all. Once again, we're using
Letitia,
this
right?
logic. We're losing our logic. There, I mean,
She has some mental issues.
so what about
and
people in a polynormous relationship?
hell,
For team relationships.
let me tell you something. They choose to be that way.
So she choose. Come
To be
on,
that
man.
way. She
I
choose to
can't
be
make
that way. I mean, those people in those relationships, when you have multiple marriages, whether you have multiple wives or multiple husbands, that's a lifestyle. So you saying being a whore is a lifestyle?
It has to be a high lifestyle.
She's not getting anything out of it but children.
We don't know that.
Huh?
Because apparently she's got a really nice tax deduction going on. She's got 6 dependents. Shit, let me get 2 of them. I'll give her $5,000 cash right now. If you're watching the show, let me get 2, and I'll give you $5,000 today. I'm telling you, man. Some people, we're trying to look at it and make sense of it. We have to. I think a lot of times it's hard to look at a situation and be like, well, damn, this is everything that's wrong. But we got to look at it like, weigh everything into it. This woman clearly has no value of herself.
And that could be possible.
Yeah, very possible.
And the problem is it's gonna, and it sucks, but you call it woman bashing, whatever. For every child that she's had, she devalued herself. For every baby daddy you got, you devalued yourself. So a reasonable man is not gonna date a woman with 6 kids and 4 baby daddies. That's just not gonna happen. It's not. The likelihood of her getting a decent man right now, and the word decent is, you can paint that with a really broad brush, but she's probably really going to finally settle down when her kids is old and out the house, because ain't no man want to come in all that to come in there with all that crowd. And if you think you're gonna bring all them motherfuckers over here, nah, that ain't about to happen either. So I mean, I'm gonna say exactly what everybody else is thinking, or every other man is thinking. Nah, you can't come over here with that. I mean, I can hit you in the back seat of the truck, and that's it. But you think I'm gonna be seen running around town with you? Shit, no.
But that goes back to her self-esteem. If she's letting people treat her like a whore and not like a woman, then she's lost herself.
But and you know what? That's crazy that Vic say that. As far as a man not wanting to be with her because she has 6 kids, well, getting ready to have 6. But a woman will quickly date a man with 6 kids.
You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, he ain't got all his kids with him.
Ding, 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 ding. You're right.
Ding, ding, ding.
No lie. You are exactly. That's a very good point, Victor. But I won't, because that's drama from whatever baby mamas.
Wait, what was it, Victor?
I'm not repeating.
He said a lot of times the reason why they would date a man with that many kids is because they don't have their children with them. Unlike the mother of the 6 children.
Oh yeah.
Working 2 jobs.
9 times out of 10, the mother has the kid. Yeah.
But seriously, she really needs to stop having the daggone children. Like, there has to be a stopping point. And then you can't expect your parent, your mother and your sister to keep your children. They should make her go ahead and send her to daycare. But she get tired of paying that.
She can't afford to send that first child. If you got 2 jobs right now and you ain't got them in daycare, Sharon, she can't afford to even send one child.
Well, she needs to stop having the children.
Well, I'm not gonna say she needs to stop. I would like for her to stop.
And I'm not gonna say that she can't afford it.
Exactly.
She's working 2 jobs. She can't get 3. Ain't enough time in the day.
Well, she can get 3.
Yes, she can. Yeah.
She all her time will be consumed. She can work from home. You can do both of them at the same time. But I mean, I'm not gonna say she should stop, because there are some, that's just like, I think it's what the Catholics, they don't believe in
Birth control.
condoms. Yeah, birth control. She might be Catholic on the side or some
Jehovah
shit.
Witnesses don't either.
Huh?
Jehovah Witness don't either.
She might be. And I live right behind the Jehovah Witness Center. So hey, I might see her every Sunday or Saturday or whatever day they go to church, whatever.
Well, let's get into some of these comments. Hey, Reggie. Let me see. The older one could have the same dad and takes care of them. It was something Brittany said I wanted to go to. Cheryl says, well, what about the first baby daddy? She didn't know how he was going to be.
We don't, but see, we're sitting here trying to say that. All right, I'm going to say this. A man can only lie for about a month. We can only lie for about a month, and that's about it. And then you'll start seeing little things that he does that you'll be like, I don't know. Or that first time you give him some, and if his attitude changes, you can see it. And that goes for y'all too. People only can put up a front but for about a month. And then you forget, and then it's what it is. But it's just how well can, because you got to think, in the first stages, nobody don't want to piss nobody off. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really a front. You just being extra. But it's when we take those masks off and I really see you for who you are.
Yep.
That's when, okay, let's see if we both want to work it out. Because like I said, with us, it's strictly physical when we first meet y'all. It is strictly physical because I don't even know you. So how can I sit here and say I really like you? It is strictly physical. So I feel like when she got with the first dude, who knows? So what? The first child is what? 14? She's 35, so she had that child when she was 21. So she probably got pregnant when she was 20. So who knows how long they was together before then? She young, whatever. You don't really know. Men really ain't shit in their 20s. So it's, it's kind of
30s, 40s.
I mean,
I'm 50s.
Yeah, but y'all still crave us though. So yeah. But it's what it is though.
Let me see. Noah says sometimes women really don't know what they are getting into, and I'm damn sure not going to volunteer me being a 2-minute. She would have to find out later in the relationship. You know what, Noah?
Somebody revoke his card.
Voodoo says we don't know how long she was dealing with any of these men before she got pregnant.
That's true.
Right. Brittany, this is what I was talking about. She said, well, let's flip that. Brittany, I love your profile pic, girl. Well, let's flip that. What were the men thinking sleeping with her with no protection if they weren't wanting more in some way? Victor, can you answer that?
I mean, I didn't sleep with him. So I mean, that's a real loaded question, man. That question is loaded as hell. So what were the men thinking sleeping with her with no protection if they weren't wanting more in some way? She let me take the condom off. That's exactly what it was. But see, I always told you I'm not gonna have sex with someone unless I'm willing to go all the way. And I shouldn't say worst case scenario, but everybody who I've had sex with, I'm like, oh, well, can I really, really have a child with this person? Ain't nobody thinking that in the heat of the moment. And the whole time you in it, you thinking about pulling out right before that moment, and you just like, fuck it. I ain't pulling out.
Somebody come get Vic.
I got a pizza in the oven right now that been in there since Monday. I ain't pulling that motherfucker out of it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, the mind of a man. A man go in it, and especially when we get so excited, when you know how we go to reach for it and we kind of looking, and y'all don't say nothing. So we ease closer. Y'all still ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you gonna let me in? Oh, okay. This ain't gonna last long, huh? And then when we in there, we like, well, I'm gonna pull out. And we looking at you, and the first thing we know we gonna ask you that same thing. Where you want me to put it? Ain't nobody never asked y'all that.
I'm telling you, them 20s was hell.
Shit, we motherfuckers doing that shit now in our 40s. Where you want me to put it? And let you not say nothing quick enough. Get what I'm gonna do? Put
I
it
don't
right
want
up
no man
in.
in their 40s to ask me that.
You say what?
I don't want a man in their 40s to ask me that.
I know.
No.
It's
Don't
either going,
ask-
it's either
That's what
no.
you
going in your
do in your
face or your
20s and
stomach.
early
Which one you
30s.
want?
You don't
Where you want me to
in your
put it?
40s you mature. You don't ask.
Oh, so I mean, it depends on how old you is. If how old you is, I'm just going to put it up in you then.
How you some old ass babies.
Baby come out already with arthritis and shit, ain't it?
Wrinkled up mad. Don't want to be here.
Mr. Sam said maybe the man was like Victor, won't wrap it up. Oh,
Of course he was. Of
right.
course he was, Mr. Sammy.
Oh, hot ass hoochie coochie.
Has to be starting something.
Oh, let me see what Mike said. What's up, Mike? A lot of men knows damaged goods, always looking for relief, and they will use that to their advantage.
That's true. You got some guys that prey on women like that. That's a fact. That's a big fact.
Hi, Alonda. She made a great comment.
Where's she at?
You
said Yolanda?
Alonda.
Alonda White Critton.
Okay, y'all know some of the comments I can't see. I don't see hers.
She said, let's look at
it this way. We don't know what has to happen to this young lady in her past. I agree she don't know her worth, but it's a cry for help.
It sounds like one.
By having children?
Maybe seriously though, people always excuse the fact that they may need to go seek professional help. She might just need to take some time and go talk to someone and see where the root of all of this is coming from.
Yep. And that's what someone said earlier. They was like, how about if she was molested as a child, and she's trying to find love all the wrong places.
Why are we okay?
Because that is
not
real.
Taking up for
that is
her,
real.
but this is a real problem in Black America. People push stuff under the rug. And people are molested, raped,
family
and
secret.
they don't talk about it.
Nope.
And then when they do talk about it, people try to shame them or make them feel like they're not telling the truth. And that's why a lot of things don't get healed. People don't get healed. Because now you want to be embarrassed because your brother, your uncle, brother, your sister, somebody then molested someone they weren't supposed to. And it happens.
So why the other sister ain't got a bunch of
children? May not have happened to her.
I mean, this girl ain't being molested. She a hoe. This girl ain't being molested. Everybody don't get molested now. I ain't never been molested.
But not saying you're right, not everybody, Victor, but I'm just saying an event, whatever it was.
Something that didn't happen. That girl like raw Peterbird. That's exactly what she like. She like the weenie thrown in her doggone coochie with no wrapper on it. That's it. I mean, why was we trying?
Brittany, that is correct, because I tried to explain it to some of my family. It's like they don't need to go speak to nobody. Yes, you can't say they don't.
There's nothing wrong with talking to someone.
And that's why people don't tell family members when they do, because they make them feel bad, like they don't need to help when they realize they do. Right.
Yep. That's exactly
That's why a lot of people don't heal mentally. Because they never when they admit it, then the family go, well, ain't nothing wrong. You just need to pray about it. You can't pray about it, but that's why people go to school and the professionals.
Exactly. That's why God made those folks with the knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he made hosts.
Being afraid to go talk to someone.
Exactly. Look at Victor. He don't like that, but it is what it is.
You're right, Voodoo. I ain't got nothing to say. Because they're going to sit here and justify this woman being a skeezer.
Victor, I'm not trying to justify her. I'm on the topic of, our people
getting help.
To make people feel bad for, seeking help for mental health, when a lot of times it helps. I tell anybody that said they want to go speak to somebody or they're in counseling, good for you.
Right. If you
Good for
need it,
you.
get it.
And I'm not talking
Lady
about
says
the preacher, a
black folks.
professional that exactly.
Black folks think it's a white thing to have therapy or to seek help.
Right.
Listen, that's why so many people are miserable,
Yep.
living
Yep.
lonely,
Yep.
miserable
I
lives.
went. I spoke to a psychiatrist. I went because I thought something was wrong with me. I was like, you know what? I had to make sure nothing was wrong with me, but I needed to go talk to somebody.
Mhm.
Not a best friend, not mom, not sister, but I had to go talk to somebody.
Right.
I did a few sessions. It was free on my job.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Enjoyed
Yeah.
every minute.
And if you're one of those folks that are afraid to go talk to someone, don't be. And most of the time, your insurance will pay for it.
Yeah. You get 9 sessions for the freezy. Mr. Essential. Call that paper
I'm,
what you
You
got.
know what?
I'm just
This
saying.
is some
And
shit.
not trying to make an excuse for her
No,
actions. I mean,
not
what
trying
she's
to.
doing is
So my grandma ain't never been in no therapist. My mom ain't never been in no therapist.
things were
Our
so
parents ain't never
different.
been, and they made it out fine. So now
Listen,
in 2021, you got the
I'm not gonna say my
you
parents shouldn't have went.
you got to be sympathetic to the gays. You got to go to therapy. You got to give your kids everything. You know, it's just so much mess that this generation or our generation is doing
yeah.
that makes no sense. You can't beat your kids no more. You can't do nothing.
Now that kind of stuff, I'm definitely not with.
Right. I'm with
But
the
Wait a minute now,
spare
because
the
that
rod,
causes
spoil the
abuse.
child.
So if she was beat as a child, she might want a man to beat her between the legs. I mean, we're gonna sit here
that's
and
going
make
back to finding love in all the wrong places.
But there's a difference. There's a fine line between beat and abuse. You can correct the child and you can correct them and give them a whooping and not tear their skin off. Okay? But then when you abuse a child and you leave marks and whelps, that's a difference.
I mean, I don't spank my kids, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I did.
I mean,
And I
I
it's
know I
abused them.
did.
and
I did.
people
I
to each
did.
his own. But
Maybe not a
I
whole
don't.
lot, but they knew they could get it.
Mhm. Voodoo
Please put
says
Voodoo Child. There you go.
Veronica and Shay, I love y'all, but y'all are full of shit tonight. I love y'all for real though. Love you too, Voodoo. But I mean, we're not sitting here trying to justify what she's doing.
Yes, you are.
We're just saying that there's a possibility that there is something wrong that she needs to go seek counseling for. To me, she's trying to find love in all the wrong places.
And at the end of the day, if it's not something that she need counseling for, then she's just a flat out what, Victor?
She is a garden tool.
Karen says, love y'all comment, Sharon and Veronica. People need to stop down talking people and just pray for everybody.
See, I don't know, Karen, and I'm gonna just say it like this. I am not going, what you call it, coddle anybody, because that's the problem. I don't, you know, if I want, I'm just not going to do it. That, I mean, you got to start telling people, man, you jacked up. Stop. Oh, well, girl, you know, maybe you need to start having protection. Ma'am, you have 6 children. I don't know her financial status, but like we will assume you got 2 jobs. Ma'am, you are not even qualified to have sex right now. You're not. Because you lost your qualification at baby daddy number 4 and child number 6. You shouldn't have sex no more until you are self-sufficient. And self-sufficient means no more grandmama and no more sister. When you are able to take care of all of your responsibilities, then you are responsible enough to start having sex again. But until then, she shouldn't even be having sex. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be talking to a man. But see, that's the shit that y'all want to say. And that's the shit that y'all think. That, you know, why is she still out here procreating? That makes no sense.
No, I'm just with the mental health. Like a lot of
See, and that's
people
it.
are dealing with mental health, and it's real. Like a lot of people don't want to admit it, but mental health is real out here.
They
Boy, we
struggle.
making
They
excuses,
struggle
boy.
every
I'm
Just go
day
not
ahead and keep
making
us
it.
with
coming.
whatever demons they have in their head. Mental health is real. And, once again, you have people that make them feel bad for seeking help and they don't get the help. And then after they've either committed suicide or done some dumb act, oh my gosh, why didn't they go get help? Because people made them
She ain't
feel
even
bad
got
and said,
time to go. She can't even afford to get help now because she put herself in that situation.
well, she worked
So,
a job.
That's just like I was reading a
but she
news
could find
post.
time to get some dick.
I mean, I can't disagree with what you said. I mean, I can't because, you're right, because she got 6 children. But that doesn't mean that she may not need some type of help. Not making an excuse, she just may need some type of help. You don't think so? I think
I was
so.
reading this news article today
All I
where
say is the type of
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just
No.
say this. All the women that I know that's like that, you can't talk to them. They know it all. They get in the EBT balance is popping, and they doing this, and they getting all these government subsidies. She's probably on some kind of assistance, and some women don't even want to come off of that. So to be honest with you, a lot of these women, they know they can't even have their baby daddies come to the doggone what is it, Section 8 or Housing Authority. He can't even come there. So he can't spend the night or be in his kid. Well, he can be in his kid's life, but he really can't spend the night there. He ain't supposed to. I mean, I dealt with some women that was in a situation like that, but it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? I had the Jimmy hat on. What they say? I had the Jimmy hat on extra tight. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't messing. You can't fool up with people like that, man.
and I mean I get it. Hey Key. Key says, I hate to say it, but Vic's right. Her priorities are all messed up.
I mean, I'm sitting here saying what everybody is thinking, and they just don't want to say it because it doesn't sound nice.
It's not that we don't want to say it, Vic.
You making excuses.
It's not excuses. We're just saying, okay, let's just say other people, this isn't the only lady that's in this situation. There's more people out there that's in this exact same situation. They may not have that many kids, but they may have kids, and by trying to find love in all the wrong places, they may have something going on from their childhood. You know what I'm saying? So we're not only talking about this specific lady, we're talking to other people that's out there as well that may be afraid to get help. And like Mr. Sammy say, I get it. We can't blame mental health on everything. We can't. But
that's what you're doing.
It's still fact though that mental health is real.
It plays a role.
You know what, y'all? I'm out.
And it could be, may not be this woman, but there's a lot of people out there that's struggling with mental health and looking for love in the wrong places. We're not just trying to justify this lady having all these kids. I mean, I said at the beginning that she had to take responsibilities for her action. Like she shouldn't. It's wrong for her to put these kids on her mother and her sister. Yes, I get that, but you have to look at the other side of the fence as well. Let's bring Fatine in. Hey, Fatine.
Hey, family. What's going on, everybody?
Welcome.
What's going on, brother?
Hey.
So let's fill you in right quick.
Victor.
This young.
Victor.
I'm out.
Victor. You
on one tonight.
You come back to us. Victor, you know what? I haven't condemned anything that you said.
Let me fill Fatine in on this letter. So Fatine is a 35-year-old lady. Well, the sister wrote the letter. The sister is 30 years old. Her sister is 35. She wants her to stop having all these kids. Right now, she has 5 kids. She's pregnant now. This will be her 6th child at the age of 35. The sister wants her to stop having kids. She won't use birth control. She won't get her tubes tied. The kids are 14, 12, 11, 4, and 2. The 4 and 2-year-old is mainly with the sister and their mother. The sister has 2 jobs. She's working 2 jobs. And the 30-year-old, the sister that wrote the letter, is saying that she haven't spoken to her sister since the sister told him that she was pregnant with her 6th child a few weeks ago. So she's like, she's tired of putting her life on hold, taking care of her sister kids. Like, she don't have any kids of her own. She said one day she want to be in a relationship. She want to get married. She want to have kids. But right now, because of all of this that her sister had put on them, she's spending more time helping out with her sister kids than having her own life. So she want to know, is she wrong for telling her sister that she's done? She loves her nieces and her nephew, but she's done helping out with all of these kids, and she wants to have her own life.
So real quick, just to hear that, no, she's not wrong for saying that. And if it's the way, if it's the way that she has written the letter, she may mean well to tell her sister that she needs to stop having kids, but that's her sister's body, and if her sister chooses not to do that, that's her choice. But if at the end of the day, the sister that wrote the letter, I know that she feels for her nieces and nephews, and she has a good place in her heart, and I understand that. But you got to draw your line. You have to draw your line, and if you don't draw your line, then people will continue to walk all over you. So you're not wrong at that. You're not wrong at that if you say enough is enough. I've helped out and I contributed. Her job as the sister that wrote the letter, it's not her job to take care of her sister's kids. I could see if she stepped in to help her sister, if her sister got sick and she had kids or whatever, and there was a situation where, or she lost a job. But if you continue to have kids and you can't take care of your kids and can't handle your business, then it's falling on somebody else because you want to continue to lay down and pop out a baby. That's not your sister's. That's not the sister's fault, responsibility, and she's not wrong at it.
Hey, I got a quick question for Team. What would you call the woman that's got 6 kids and 4 baby daddies?
Irresponsible.
Any other words you would like to use?
I'm not gonna call it no names, but you know, we all have these stereotypes of that, and we hear the stereotypes out there.
Would Ho be one of them?
I mean, those are the stereotypes. I just don't want to do that to women because it's not fair. But the bottom line is, if you make your bed, hard to lie in, then you must lie in it. So those are the stereotypes out there. I just don't want to badger the woman, but you know, we all know the stereotypes out there. And if you are just laying up with each other man and popping out babies, that's not being responsible. That's just not being responsible.
She's a hoe.
You know, and Victor ain't saying nothing that we haven't heard before.
Thank you.
Thank you for what?
Thank
like,
you.
Who hasn't heard that someone's a whore before?
Agreeing with me, baby. Thank you.
Who haven't heard that before though?
Shay, why is your face twisted?
Because I swear Victor has been on one all night. Now, let's get this straight. Have not me or Veronica have told Victor you cannot call her a hoe. Don't call her that. I respect the fact that, you know, he thinks that way. I, on the other hand, just feel like there are some mental issues. And, you know, not trying to make an excuse out of it, but, you know, there's something wrong that she keeps having these 6 children. Well, keep having children with all these different men.
I said she's trying to find, she's trying to find love.
They making excuses, bro. That woman just like her legs. That woman like
it's not an excuse. It's fact. Some women look for love in the wrong places, and the bedroom is one of them. That's a fact.
And you're right, Veronica, but Victor's also right that there are some women that get self-gratification from having sex and no protection or going all the way.
Thank
and then so you both are not wrong. There
I'm
are
more right.
individuals that fit both of your criteria.
I'm more right though.
You know, but when you start having these babies, it's one thing. I've know a couple of sisters. I deal more with sisters than Caucasian women, and I know a couple sisters that have different baby daddies, but they are responsible with their children. They don't push their children off on other people at the end of the day. And a lot of these folks, fathers, are involved. So I can't sit there and call that woman a whore however she chooses to live her life, but she's done it. And I use the word responsible. I got to be very careful, loosely responsible. But what I'm saying is that there may be reasons why a woman may have multiple baby daddies, but just listening from this sister here, this sister seems to be reckless. And if you're reckless like this, then your responsibility as a parent, as a mother, should not fall on somebody else if you make these decisions and not being responsible.
But let's look now, because there's so many young girls out here that's having kids, and they're putting the responsibility on the mother, on their mother. Like, they're not raising these kids.
That's the mother's fault. That's the mother's fault.
I know. I'm just saying, it's not just this lady just because she has 6 kids. Like, you have one child and still putting their child off on other people, which makes no sense to me. But if that mother allow it.
But Victor or Fatine, would you date or sleep with a woman with 4 kids?
4 kids?
Would I date? No. Would I
y'all sleep or date a woman with 4 kids?
Would I sleep with a woman with 4 kids? I can't say that would not possibly won't happen. But would I date and try to take on that responsibility? No.
Fatine, now remember, none of the fathers are in their kids' life now. None.
There are some men that will.
None. 0 fathers are there in their children's life, bro. 0. So what is she, man? Come on, man. How you jump on? Come on, Fatine. Get off.
She made bad choices for a second. She made bad choices. Like some of us.
Oh no, she got mental problems. Come on, man.
No, I mean,
bro,
look. If she has mental problems, then her sister say that in the letter? Her sister didn't even say that she has mental problems and that we think that she needs to go to the doctor. We're assuming that. I'm not going to say
We were saying that as far as her trying to find love in all the wrong places, maybe something happened in her childhood that she's trying to, maybe
she's trying to find some D in all the wrong places.
Well,
let's call a spade a spade.
That's true. That's what I said.
Throughout the comments, it's different. The men and the women comments are different. I mean, I know some of the men have said, yeah, it could be mental, but they just want to call her a hoe. A lot of the women can relate to the fact that there could be something mentally off. And it's because that, we can relate because most of us has had children. I couldn't see myself having 6 children, but some people do because they need that in their life.
Go ahead and read your boy comment, Victor, because you was waiting on this.
Actually, I switched over. Oh, I says, okay, this is what it is. This chick is a straight bum. Ain't no mental health got shit to do with her. I got something in the way. Ain't no mental health got shit to do with her constantly get bust off. Oh man, get bust off in having kids and no stability in her life. Ladies, y'all want to defend her because she's a woman. If a man was making these same babies and no stability in his life, ladies, y'all be going for a man's neck. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. You are a valued member. And
I'm not saying she's a saint.
In public, the first 3 drinks is on me.
I'm not saying then I said if it was a man with 6 kids, how fast a woman will
date him. And Victor said only because he does not have custody of his children.
Right.
But if that man had 6 children and he had them full time, it'd be hard for him to get a woman.
But there will be somebody that think that is, oh man, he taking care of his kids.
Yeah,
that's a good man right there.
There you go. Hey,
a man, and she would at the end of the day, I'm not saying she would be looked at as a good woman, but if she was taking care of all her kids If she was taking care, just okay. We know the issue with the baby daddies. We got the issue with the baby daddies. But let's set that aside. What's that woman that the octa lady, whatever
Mhm,
her name-
Octomom.
Octomom.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk about her. So a lot of us felt that why did she go out there and have 8 babies? She already had a couple of kids. Why did she go out there and have these 8 children? She went out there, she did what she felt. I mean, she got this intro vitro thing, and then she
Mhm.
got 8 children. So if these children were not part of the system and she was able to take care of these systems, even though she did get assistance because people felt sorry for her while trying to bring up 8 children, but if she took care of these children, it's just like if this woman took care of her children. I just don't think for you to have 6 children you're not taking care of, you have problems taking care of, and then different baby daddies in your life, it says something is wrong with your decisions. Now, is there mental issues there? I don't know that. I just felt that if the sister is that concerned, the sister would have addressed that in the letter and say there's some mental challenges my sister have, and not only with the mental challenges, her decisions stemming from these mental challenges are off. She did not address that. So I
Thank you,
don't think
Fatima.
there is no mental challenges here.
Please
I just
ring the
think that
bell.
she's irresponsible, laying on her back and pushing out babies.
How about if
Please ring the
something?
bell. Where
Okay,
the bell at?
how about if something
Okay.
happened to the sister and the sister didn't want to talk about it? Everybody don't talk about stuff that happened in their
But
life.
why do we
my
gotta
God.
consume? Why do we have to assume that there's something wrong where there may not be nothing wrong?
I'm just
Thank you,
looking
Fatima.
at all angles of the
I
picture.
got you. I got you.
I'm just taking it
There
all
ain't no
in.
angle. You know what an angle is? Missionaries are angle. Doggy styles are angle. Reverse cowgirl is a damn angle.
And
Them
you
the
does
angles that she
neither
like.
one of them, but
Them
one.
the angle she like. She like the angle where penis is in vagina. So let's stop looking at that. The only mental that she got is giving a man brains.
Yeah.
That's it.
But let's get back to the question real quick.
Well,
The
she wouldn't get
question is
pregnant
to
if she
go
didn't
back
bring.
on that sister. The sister, this is the hardest part, and this is where I can see women empathizing on in our chat, empathizing with the sister, saying, I look, that's her niece, that's her nephews, that's her family, and it, to walk away. I think let's zero in on that because I want to give her the answer, and I said it earlier. You cannot take on the responsibility of another grown adult where they seem to live their life reckless and they don't seem to hear whatever you say goes in one ear, out the other ear. You got to draw the line and cut it off.
All right. So Key says, but you can also say the same with man in that situation. You can find men that have lots of kids from different women. The women carry the burden of that decision. Men turn a deaf ear and carry on combos like this. She just needs her ass kicked, and her sister and mom need to just say no to finances and babysitting. Let her feel the responsibility of her actions.
And she also said there's nothing wrong with her mentally. She knows
need her
exactly
ass
what she is
kicked.
doing. She needs to be a celebrity surrogate and get paid for having babies.
Yeah,
Because she's definitely fertile. Very definitely. Okay, I mean, Victor, I just didn't want to come out and call. I was trying to, at the end of the day,
right.
there are
We
mental
understand the
illnesses.
sisterhood, Shay Shay. We do
It's
understand
not
the
even
It's
sisterhood.
not
that.
about
Because if I
Yes,
met
it
her in the
is.
street,
Yes, it
No,
is.
it's
I met
not.
her in
No,
the
it's not.
street today, and somebody's like, she got 6 kids. In my mind, I'm be like, what wrong with her?
Having
I'm
all
gonna
these
talk to her a
babies.
little bit to see where her mental was. I need to have a
Her
conversation.
mental off.
You
her
gotta
mental
come-
I don't have a problem with a person having 6 kids.
She
I
got a
just think that if
successful
you,
hot pocket.
if you have the means, you got to realize
what, sir?
that you got to have the means to be able to take care of your children
Whoa.
mentally, physically, financially. You got to be able to take care of these children. So just to get out there, because look, if you have 10 kids, look, we come from a family, a Black family that have had a lot of kids. So so let's not say anything about that part. But the bottom line is, come on, if you're putting your responsibility on someone else and take them for granted, your mother and your sister, that's BS, and that gotta stop.
There's a lot of different opinions in these comments.
Go ahead and put them
Oh.
up. Put them up.
All I know is she must be doing Kegel exercises all the time for that thing to still be gripping like.
You mean Kegel?
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Excuse me, Kegel exercises, Kegel, whatever. But I tell you right now, that thing still got some grip on it, bro.
Well, people do what they want to do, you know, but if you're going to have children, those are your responsibility. Don't look for your family to, constantly come to your every beck and call.
Mhm.
You got to handle it.
Right.
So, if the sister's tired, look out for your mental health
John
and
said
just say no.
her mental is fine. Her mental is fine. Her mental is good enough to bend her ass over and keep getting knocked up. So where's the mental issue? Stop blaming everything on mental and call the shit what it is. That is a fact, John.
We're not
You're not what?
blaming mental health for everything. We're just saying there's a possibility.
There's no
Ability.
possibility.
Thank you. A possibility.
There's a 0.0004% chance of this lady being mental. But if she was mental, then every man in this situation needs to be charged.
Why?
You can't have sex with you can't taking advantage of the helpless people.
You know how many people walk around here with a mental health issue and don't realize it?
How many?
A lot.
How many is that?
Thousands,
A lot.
1,000?
millions.
So there's
Thousands.
Millions of people walking around and they just brushing shit off thinking it's okay. This is normal for me.
Ooh.
Mental health is real.
Well, and it is. Mental challenges is real. How many? We all have probably, I shouldn't assume, but we've all probably heard you are not the father. You know what show I'm talking about, the Maury Povich show.
That stuff is fake.
No. Oh, the bottom line is let's deal with
Jerry
the principle.
Springer is fake.
Let's deal with the principle of the show then. Fine. So it's fake. So let's deal with the principle. I've known somebody that went on there, it wasn't fake when they had all these kids. That wasn't fake. And they didn't know who the father was. So
you're talking about Maury, not
Maury
Jerry
Povich.
Springer.
Yeah. I didn't say Springer. I said you are not. Jerry Springer don't do that. Maury Povich does that.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, they don't say on that show when they bring these women in that have had multiple kids and laid with multiple people, men, and don't even know who the baby father is. She has 4 different baby daddies. So they don't say on these shows, and not to say there's not mental issues there, but you get the concept there. And that's what society says. So Veronica, I again said what you said, that there could be some mental challenges there. But a lot of times there's not mental challenges, and it just shows that these people are reckless and irresponsible when it comes down to. And look, people like sex, and I understand that. I just don't understand why people cannot protect themselves from the perspective of saying, "Look, I'm a papa child out here, and I really can't take care of this child." And what is the repercussions if the father's not in their life? Sometimes you don't know that and then can control that. But when you have multiple different baby daddies, you are making reckless decisions.
I'm sorry. Reckless decisions. Yes, she made. And her actions are definitely catching up with her because her sister is fed up. And I feel like if the sister would have, the sister and the mom, but in the letter she said that the mom says that she already raised them, like she can't tell them right from wrong any longer. And what grandmother is going to say, no, I'm not taking care of my grandchild?
You let me do that. You let me do that. Let me do that crap to my mother, and did that. No, my mom's would be like, "Yo, no, not today. I'm not watching little so and so today." Because come on, that doesn't just make sense.
But I didn't put my kids on my mother.
Right.
Like if I needed her for like work,
Yeah.
or when I went to school at night, but I paid for daycare for my kids when I was at work. That was my responsibility. So my kids went to daycare and I paid for that. So I just feel like that, she does take advantage of the fact that her mom and sister can help her with her children. And I
Oof.
think her sister should say no if she doesn't want to. She doesn't have to, deal with her children. But I think she does it out of love, and she feel like if she doesn't maybe keep the children, then they could be anywhere with someone who could abuse or mistreat the children. You never know because you don't want
Right.
everybody keeping your kids.
Exactly.
So now she's doing it maybe out of love and a little guilt, and she's looking out for the kids. But
Right.
And you know why? You know why they look out for the kid? Because they always have this guilty complex. If something happens to that kid and I said no today, it will be on their conscience for the rest of their life.
yeah,
But that's where you have to draw the line and say, I mean, if you're going to put yourself through that guilt trip, then you don't question this. Then you just go ahead and do what you feel is the best for those children, because those children didn't ask to be here. See, that's why grandmothers and sisters do, and other ones do this, because they say, I'm doing this not for your ass, I'm doing this
Right.
for the children, because the children didn't ask to be here, and they are innocent in this circumstance and situation. And you never know, when they grow up, they may remember auntie, and and may pay auntie back, even though she may not want to be paid back, because that's what family does. But that's what I'm saying. This is not a cut and dry kind of situation, even though we're putting out, because we're not emotionally attached to this. So we can give this raw advice, but it's very hard advice at the end of the day. And I think that if the sister that wrote the letter is serious about doing this, then she needs to not only have a conversation with her sister, look at it from what Veronica is saying. If there is a possibility of mental health issues, give her opportunity to go to the doctor. And if she is not willing to do that, to deal with this matter, then you can say, you know what, I can't go no further, because you're not trying to get help.
yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, everybody got to do what's best for them. She needs to stop having children. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And if she feel like she doesn't want to keep the kids, then protect your mental. Don't do it. But I still think the sister has some self-esteem issues, and she's a little loose. And I say that kindly.
A little loose.
And I say that very kindly. She's a little loose.
Say that as the angry black woman. Say that.
That's a little loose.
A
I
little
mean,
loose. Shit. I'll
you
take
don't
me a
catch me out
swig
there
right
like
now.
I mean, you ain't gonna catch me out there like that. I'm sorry, but she's a little loose, especially when it come to having them kids. She need to wrap it up for real.
Or plan B it for real. And look, a plan B, and look,
It's
it
cheaper
ain't
than
hardly
raising
nothing
kids.
yet. So it's the
cheaper than raising
tadpole just
something.
reached there if it did reach.
Right.
So just plan B it and keep it moving.
Yeah.
And enjoy the woosah and keep it moving.
So Alicia says, I didn't get to hear the letter, but not being able to love herself is part of a mental illness, and clearly to be out there with 4 different baby daddies, she has some type of issue.
Why does somebody have to have an issue when you have multiple children's fathers? You don't have an issue. We're saying it's a problem. We're saying it's a problem. It's not a problem. Apparently it's not, because she keeps doing it. There's nothing, I mean, what she's doing, there's nothing wrong with it. She's just a damn hoe. And there's nothing wrong with being a hoe. You just need to be a responsible hoe and take care of your kids.
Right.
That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that the enabler is tired, and the enabler wants some help. Just walk away. But you feel like you done been there in them kids and auntie this. And I see that a lot with the aunts. They overstep their boundaries, and the kids attach themselves to the aunt and not the mama. And the mother purposely does that to free herself up so she can go out there and get some more penis.
Yeah. And now, is it a mental issue? Is it a mental issue if I went out there and had sex with different women without protecting myself, and out of 20 women, 8 of them give me a sexual disease, Is it mental issue on my part, or is it reckless behavior and bad decisions, or how I'm living? See, that's what I'm saying. It's not no damn mental behavior. Oh, Fatin, he
Thank
must have
you.
a mental
Thank
issue.
you,
Bull
Fatin.
crap. I ain't got no mental issue. I'm making a bad decision. And if I am going to live my life like that, if I choose to, then I need to protect myself because I need to take responsibility for myself. When do we
Listen.
start to say we need to take responsibility for ourselves? Even people that are artistic, not that can function, that are artistic, still have to be accountable for some of their actions.
Let's be very clear. Sharon and I did not say this lady had a mental issue. We said there's a possibility that she could have went through something and may have a mental issue
that has affected her adulthood,
that
and she's
exactly
having these sexual encounters,
Okay.
possibility.
a lot of them, and
We
then
didn't
It
and
ain't no
has developed
possibility.
6
She a hoe.
and made 6 children.
It
You
ain't no
know,
possibility. Her little hot pocket be thumping when the doggone is sweatpants season. She see the guys with the sweatpants, the little thing get the thumping, and she can't stand it. Y'all seen Black Snake Moan? That's exactly what it is.
well,
She wants a penis.
I do say I do know someone that has been molested by a family member, and they said that as time went on, they started to enjoy it because they didn't really have control over their body. So fast forwarding to that as an adult, yeah, that can happen. There can be some issues out there that can take place, that can cause somebody to live their life reckless. I'm not just saying that, but there's other issues out there. And yeah, there could be a possibility of that. I don't know. Her sister doesn't address that in the letter. So again, I know what Veronica said. We're looking at different angles, but the angles you're looking at seems to be kind of giving her the benefit of the doubt. We don't know the whole story. We only can go on what the letter says.
You're right. We don't know the entire story.
And guess what? You know why we got mental illness? Because it's psychologists in the world. That's the only reason you got mental illness.
that's some bullshit. I'm
That ain't
sorry.
no bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That's the damn truth.
That's bullshit.
Let me tell you something. I can't get paid until I tell you got a problem.
That's bull.
But see, that's the thing though. We sit
People
here-
go see
Stop playing
them.
with it. Stop
They
playing
have
with it.
problems.
Ain't nobody playing with shit.
they don't say-
This is a damn fact.
No.
Yeah,
If
and it's the
somebody
fact
is
that
all
people
about-
have mental illness.
No.
It's all about job security. That shit ain't got nothing to do with no mental illness. Oh, you feeling like hurting somebody? I feel like hurting somebody every time somebody piss me off, but I don't act on it. So I guess I should damn sit here and talk about if a lady cut me off in traffic, I wish I could run my damn truck into the back of her. Now all of a sudden I got anger issues, but I didn't do it. And I also let it go within 10 seconds of thinking about it.
Victor.
So I guess I got mental problems.
I'm not getting ready to play with that.
And,
Victor.
you don't have to play with it. But
I'm
this
not.
is me speaking on it.
Let
People
me tell-
sit up in here and they need job security. That's exactly what it is.
That-
Oh,
but
hurt people, hurt people.
Going to see a psychiatrist doesn't create job security for them. That's a choice that an individual make. They don't.
You
a doctor
missed what I
doesn't-
said. You go see a psychiatrist and I diagnose you with something so I can charge your insurance so I can keep my cushy lifestyle.
No, they only
There's
going to
no-
charge for their session.
Listen, you missing it. There is no money in there is no money in the cure. There's money in the treatment. That's why there's no cure for AIDS. That's why there's no cure for cancer. And that's why we got this bullshit ass virus out here right now. And you have these bum ass damn psychologists that's gonna sit here and call everybody's got anger problems and everybody's got this and everybody's got that. So come and sign up for 9 sessions and we can work through it. Now fuck that. Take your ass to work and be responsible because
But the
you
9
know right
sessions
from
were
wrong.
free. And yeah, I used my daggone 9 sessions, and they didn't diagnose me with bullshit. But I
But
got
you
to
used
get
all
the shit
9
off
though.
my damn chest, and I ain't run over nobody, and I ain't going to school and shoot nobody, and I haven't shot nobody to this day. So you know what? Once again, prime example of why people don't go get help, because some people make them feel bad. You get to feel how the hell you want to feel. But when it comes to mental health, some people need to damn go see that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know
And
what?
it's not, and they're not, and it's not keeping nobody in business because they don't write. They're not doctors. They're psychiatrists, but they have to send them to. If like you go in there and say you won't feel like you gonna kill somebody, you having some mental issues, they gotta send you to a different place. And an office with a sofa, that's not. They don't do that type of thing. They have to send you to a whole different place.
Can you
And
put
a
up?
lot of times
what are
they
we
don't.
talking
It's the
about?
it's the
Can you,
hospital that send
Veronica?
people
Can
to
you
mental
put up
institutions.
Wait a minute, Fatima.
Ryan Marquise?
Yes, I was gonna let Sharon finish her
Go ahead,
statement.
Sharon. Go ahead, Sharon.
Go ahead. Hell, just go on.
Yeah, we don't want to interrupt. Let's hear
I'm
his
sorry.
speech.
No, I'm
What?
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm good. Go ahead. I'm good. But I'm gonna tell you this before I go. I'm gonna tell you how karma works. So I was taking my brother to the airport Sunday. Car pulled out in front of me. I changed lanes. The truck pulled. He was sitting there waiting. You wait till I change lanes and you want to pull out in front of me. Fine. So I moved over. That one time, you know how you get mad, you want to say something. That one time I ain't saying. I just got back over in the left lane, kept on driving. He didn't want me to pass him. So his little truck, he was. Guess what happened? His whole water pump blew. And I've never seen that happen. But you know what? I didn't have to say anything. But karma came back him at that fast because I said, he really didn't have to pull out in front of me. But I pulled on over, didn't say nothing. So sometimes you don't have to say and react because it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
I don't have to react all the time because somebody higher than me will take care of it.
Hello.
So you know what? It is what it is. But if people feel like they want to go get mental help, do it. There's nobody keeping nobody. The world's gonna go around. The world keeps going around on business. You got cancer. They can, you have to go to this harsh treatment to get rid of breast cancer or any other type of cancer. They can get rid of it. You can go in readmission. I feel like yes, they can cure AIDS. If Michael Magic Johnson, he got his cured. What did y'all do to get rid of his that you can't do for everybody else? Yes, it's a money business. Everything is a money business.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Can you put that comment
Which
up there?
one?
Ryan Marquise. If you don't see it, I'll read it.
Marquise, you said? Marquise, you said?
Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan?
Yep.
Right here?
Yep. He says mental health is a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. Since we got on the mental health, taking this woman out of the equation right now, I agree with that mental health is a state of well-being, and that we have challenges that some people have better coping mechanisms to deal with these situations than others. Some of us suffer from hypertension and we get hyper, we explode quicker than others. I'm one of those folks. My father was like that. And you quick to explode. And is that something that you need to know how to handle and deal with? I agree. And I think that there's a place for those kind of issues to be dealt with. This woman, does she have them? We don't know that.
True.
We just don't.
Right.
So yes, we could bring it up and say, well, there could have been some trauma in her childhood or something that could have led to this. But like I said, the same thing that Victor says, that she lay on her back and love and enjoy the D, and it could be that too. So, but the bottom line is, if she can enjoy it, if she dealt with her responsibilities. The problem is she's not dealing with her responsibilities with those children, and that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Miss
But at the end of the
Sylvia?
day, if she's been a hoe, stop. There's no you. I pray that she find her way, and
And
she's not right.
especially raising these kids. Like,
Oh, I see one of my friends on here, Gail Seeley. I want to kind
yeah, I
of
was
read her
trying to read
comment.
Gail's comment.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. whatever these, hey Gail, whatever these men are telling her is a reason she is having these children. She's in love every time she meets a man, probably hoping he will finally be the one who will stay. She has very low self-esteem, no value for self or her children. Yep.
So right there, you look yourself in the mirror. You got to deal with your actions. And if she does have mental challenges, don't ACS or child welfare services step in and take the children. See, now this is where the family gets involved, because they may say, as a sister, as a grandmother, as a mother, would say, you know what, I don't want my grands, or I don't want my nieces and nephews in the system, and then we will help out. See, this is why I'm saying, you know, if your sister has challenges early on, and your parents know. A lot of folks don't want to deal with their kids having issues, and sometimes the damn parents have issues, and their parents have issues, can't deal with their kids having issues because they don't even know how to deal with it because the parents got issues.
No, everybody don't know what happened in the past. Some kids have been molested and their parents don't even know because they're afraid to tell their parents. So just because that's their parent or their siblings doesn't mean they know what happened in their past. There's people living out here right now that are holding stuff in from their past.
Whose fault is that? See, the problem is, I agree with you, Veronica, but see, the bottom line is we got to stop. I agree with you. I agree. So let me just say that. However, you're not going to get to any solutions if you continue to suffer in silence. So if you suffer in silence, then it becomes your fault, because no one can help you if you don't speak up. That's all to it. So I do agree with you. But if you continue to suffer in silence and don't speak up, then you can't get the help that you need.
Yeah, you have to speak on it, because I mean,
and she's speaking on it.
Just holding it inside is definitely just going to make it worse.
So that's why I'm saying it's hard for us, me and Victor, to look at this woman and saying she got mental issues. But again, there could be some things there. But for her to just continue, she knows what she's doing. She's popping out these babies. She knows what she's feeling. She knows what she's doing.
So she definitely knows what she's feeling.
She knows what she's doing now, because she feels, because she may feel good about it, or there may have been something else. This is a slippery slope. And I'm not willing to go down this slippery slope and give all these excuses until I know the whole picture. And what the sister wrote to me, it seems that wrote to us, excuse me, is that she's irresponsible.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going on. I'm sorry. I'm not going there. Could there be mental issues? There could be, but I'm not addressing that. It's not in the letter.
You know what?
I'm off the mental. I'm just
right. Let's get off that, because you know we was just saying there's a possibility that could be the case. We didn't say, once again, we did not say that this woman has mental issues. Possibility. Now, please don't act like this is the first time that we had a letter and we twisted. This isn't the first time that we said, well, maybe.
Every time.
Or maybe this happened.
Don't do it.
Now that we want to throw mental health in it, now it's a big issue. We was just saying maybe, but we do know, and it sounds like she is looking for love in the wrong places.
Right. What the problem is that and Shay led to it when I came on, and Victor talked about it, and is that, and somebody else said, when it comes down to women, it's more compassion in the conversation. But when it comes down to men, we get our ass beat. And that's how it is handled. And that's how society does it. They beat up on men, but there always seem to be some reason the woman is doing this. And that's what Victor was saying from what I'm getting at, and I think we need to stop that.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, somebody got his drawers up his ass. So let's go ahead and,
Mr. Draws up your ass. Come back to us. I said toilet tissue first.
Mr. Essential.
You know we love you, homie. Come back.
I'm having a mental breakdown right now.
And you can have that. And you are entitled to your breakdown. Let me have one with you. Hold
And
on.
what white folks would do is just put you in a corner and put you in
Your
timeout.
nose to the wall.
But see,
That's it.
the thing is one thing about men, when we realize we're talking to a brick wall, we just stop. It makes is
How
no
is that
point.
talk? We're having a
Ooh.
I
conversation.
thought we wasn't
Oh,
cutting nobody off.
I thought you was finished. Go ahead.
Oh. So one thing about, well, I can say me. I say one thing about me. Once I realize it's a lose-lose situation, ain't no point in saying nothing else. I still love y'all the same, but it
I
ain't
don't
no
know
point
why
in
you
saying
wouldn't.
nothing.
Why wouldn't you?
We
Why
having a
wouldn't you? Why would
conversation
you
like
love
we
us
always
less?
do.
But see, that's the thing that people think when someone stops or they mood changes that there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's just I said everything. I can't say we're just going to agree to disagree. So however longer y'all go on with it, I've made my point, and I'm
Oh, we done with the mental illness.
yeah. It took you an hour and 49
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, it did.
Who's counting? Who's counting? Big Papa?
It really did. Because I was just reading this story today about the and I forgot his name, the former NFL player that killed himself after he killed 6 people. This happened back in April, and study found today, it came out today, because they did a study on his brain or something like that. He had a mental illness, and I forgot the name of it. It came back that he had,
CTE. CTE.
so you saw that story too.
No, I didn't. But you know, there's serial killers out there that killed thousands of people, and they did it because they wanted to. I mean, psychologists, psychiatrists, they need their job, so they got to have patience. So they just start diagnosing people. Come on, man.
You
Come
know,
on.
I'm not even getting ready to
It's no
argue with
point
you with
because
that,
it's the truth.
because you know, yes, there is some truth in there, but there is truth in that some people really do have issues going on in their life, and we could go on and on and on. Yes, what you're saying is true. Yes, what I'm saying is true. There's mental illness is real.
Jeffrey Dahmer had some mental issues.
That's what they would like for you to think. But Jeffrey Dahmer, people are born different, man.
Oh, so yeah, maybe people
They're
are
just
born to eat
different.
people, just to eat people.
But the thing is, we consider that not normal. But cannibalism is really exists in other cultures. So I mean, he should have been. I guess he should have lived somewhere else where cannibalism is okay. I mean, we can sit here and try to normalize people. So what the first thing parents do when their child is just being a child? They medicate them motherfuckers. And they say they got ADHD. Oh, your child running around. Well, shit, he's 1. He's supposed to. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I never got with that, because I'm like, okay, this is a child. Of course, they're gonna want to touch stuff or want to run around or want to. Not every child have ADHD just because they're active. Miss me with that.
So I mean, we'll sit here and you'll tell a woman or you'll tell a man, be like, you know what? When I took that MMPI test, and they be like, well, have you ever felt like, hurting somebody? You damn right I have. But did I act on it? But you can't answer those questions like that.
A lot of us don't, they say that we don't use a large portion of our brain. And we even see folks on the lower end of the spectrum, and we see people on the higher end of the spectrum do things that don't seem normal. And this brain is something that we still don't understand totally. A mind, we just don't. The brain and the mind, because they're two different things, and we don't understand how it works. And chemical reactions, how people, the relationship that we relate with folks, and coming together, and the makeup and the chromosomes. A lot of things we don't understand. Victor is right on that. We don't understand, and a lot of all of us sitting here are products of what? Learned behavior, taught and learned behavior. But there could be something going on in our mind that, because of the different, I don't want to say a chemical imbalance, because then that's labeling the person crazy. But there may be something going on in this person's mind or brain that is not going on in another person's mind or brain. And that's why they do these studies. So that's interesting what Victor said about the cannibalism and how they do these things in other countries, because there's people who drink blood and they call them vampires. There's a lot of issues out here. That's why I'm saying that for us to that's why there's a lot of craziness out here. Because we are humans and we are just not perfect. We're just not perfect machines or creatures. That's all to it.
Let me get to Tina's comment, and then we're going to wrap this show up. In today's world, everyone is suffering with something. To sum it up, let's just be mindful of people's feelings. No matter what, we never know what someone is going through.
That's true.
Any last thoughts?
Have you forgiven the bell? We don't know what the next person is going through. Like Victor says, I don't want to run up on this person that cut me off today. But Victor, you may have had a bad day today, and somebody do something, and your reaction is just maybe different that day. It's just, you just don't know what a person is going through.
Yep. All right. Any last comments? No.
Well, Shay Shay's killing you're killing everybody by talking nice and calm and soft.
That's what
Even when
have
you
to do
said
sometimes.
bullshit, you didn't say it forcefully. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Sometimes you have to kill them with kindness.
I wasn't trying to kill my man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm, Vic be on that BS sometimes. He knows.
Hey, Vic ain't on shit. Y'all on the BS tonight.
Probably.
Don't start that.
I accept my BS.
Don't start that.
Victor, guess what? I accept my BS.
Don't start that.
I accept it. Just know when you want it, accept your shit too. If I'm
wasn't on
accept
no
my BS.
Everybody in that
Accept it.
comment section to tell you I speaking nothing but facts. Y'all two been on some
Oh,
bullshit.
please.
If
Everybody
you
is
feel
not
like-
with you.
I never put down the fact that you call her a hoe. I ain't never said you was wrong for that. Don't call her that. I said, Vic, I respect you want to call her a hoe. That's on you. I see, you know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, we gonna call her a hoe.
It's
But-
2021. We need to stop with all these trying to make everybody feel like the decisions that you made, ma'am, you know what? Let's sit here and talk about why you keep
Yep.
fucking everybody.
They need to.
That's exactly what
she needs
I
that.
mean. That's what
She
the
needs that
problem
one
is.
friend.
Y'all
Yeah.
want to
Yeah,
damn
that's true.
rationalize the fact
He needs
that
that
you can
one
get
friend.
fucked with
That's
no
true.
condom. Come on, man.
But
And
you don't
maybe
wear
we need to
condoms.
get to the bottom of, man, why you keep having
Yeah,
You
these
don't
wait,
know what I
friends?
do. I
You
don't
can't
know
have
what I
these
tell
friends.
you.
Well, I'm going by what you tell me. What you want me to guess what you do, or you want me to
Yeah,
go by what you
yeah.
tell me?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we're doing now.
I mean, you made the comment.
One
I
love.
did.
One
You
love.
brought me. You
You
brought
only
my
get to
personal
have
life
one
into this
love.
camera. So
One
tell
love.
me what
No,
you
you
one
want.
bring
love.
your
Shit.
own personal life in this camera. You tell
No,
everybody you
no.
don't wrap it up. So
I didn't say
that's
that.
on you.
At all. Just don't wrap nothing up. Not even your cheese in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
Got
brother
mold on it.
Your brother got to come visit more because he's calm you down, Shay.
Mm-mm. Let me tell you something.
I'll take that, friend Stevenson.
Let me tell you something. I go where I want to go. Ain't nobody gonna take me nowhere. At the end of the day,
You in control at 100%. Huh?
I'm in control of myself.
Mhm.
I laugh it all first. But but that's the best and the beautiful thing about this show and all four of us. We're not gonna always agree.
Oh, of course not.
And that's why you have four different people with four different brains to
Yep.
bring four different points of views. And you know what? I think it's great. It is what it is. Sometimes, we go high.
Yeah,
Sometimes
sometimes
we
we
go
go low.
Ah.
and we get real low.
Sometimes people get sensitive.
But at the end
Sometimes
of
they
every
don't.
right, but every
Mhm.
Thursday and Tuesday you're back again.
Right.
Shoot.
That's it. Veronica, what you
Hello,
smoking,
my
girl?
friend.
What brand is that?
A Marlboro Light.
She know what
Not the
brand.
light.
Not to like. You stupid. Oh, you stupid. Oh, God.
We need Newports tonight, honey.
Oh,
Straight.
yeah. Extra long, girl.
100.
Because this other girl is dealing with something long. So what the hell?
Oh,
Hey.
gosh. Ooh,
Well, thank you
a few
guys.
things long.
Okay.
And then here come 5 short things.
Mm.
Whew.
Well, hopefully the sister they can work it out. You know, they are a family. So, sister, if you're watching tonight, hopefully y'all can, get things together. And if you feel like you don't want to take on a responsibility anymore, then don't take on a responsibility anymore. That doesn't mean that you don't love your nieces and your nephews any less anymore. Just you want to live your life as well, just like everyone else want to live their life. So, hey, whatever decision you make is your decision, and your sister shouldn't hold that over your head if you make the decision that you're done. You don't want to take care of the kids every single day like you've been doing. Make that choice for you. You have to live your life. All right, guys. So everyone have a great night. Thank y'all so much for watching the tea. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you would like to be a guest, if you have topic suggestions, please hit us up, tangyteaoflife@gmail.com, or you can leave it right here on the Tangy Tea page. Yes.
Are you frustrated? Are you frustrated tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
I am good.
You good? So maybe I missed. I thought we all supposed to have a go around.
Ask him.
I thought we supposed to have a go around. And
I asked y'all, did y'all have anything else to
You
say?
did.
And no
And
one
we
said
said
anything.
nothing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just repeat to the sister, to the sister that wrote the letter, that at the end of the day, look at the whole picture, and if you wrote the letter, so you're frustrated, you're tired, and but the question is, are you willing to live with that decision? If you're willing to live with that decision, then you've been pushed to the limits, and enough is enough, and you're not going to deal with these kids when your sister tries to push them off on you. And that's the bottom line. But if you love your sister and you feel that there's some other issues there, then try to help your sister the best way you can, because y'all are family.
Anyone else? Thank you, Fatine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
No, my dear. I want to make sure I'm listening to my co-hosts and stuff.
Oh yeah, because what Bria said, we don't listen to each other's opinion. Whatever.
Make sure I listen to my co-hosts and stuff. Victor, I listen to you, Victor. I do. Okay?
We just a big happy family.
Patine, I listen to you, Patine, okay?
Okay.
Veronica, you my girl. You know
Same
you.
here.
I'd rather die for you, okay?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, my friend.
Another Quello. Victor called me in the morning.
Have a good night, guys. We will check y'all out. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube as well. We appreciate each and every one of you here on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you so much. Have a great night, guys. God willing, we'll be back Thursday with some more hotness.
Good night.
Tangy Tea of Life. Good night, guys.